One of my favorite sayings for the past year is facts may change feelings, but feelings will never ever change facts. And a lot of us are in our feelings and refuse to look at facts. I continuously receive messages that this channel is fear mongering. The last message that I got was about 5 days ago. And it specifically says, I believe in Project 20 GOD. When has it ever been a time when Blacks were not in danger? This is fear mongering. And there are others. And I thought it would be apropos to come in and, well, first, defined define what fear mongering means, because I think a lot of people hear buzzwords and have no idea the definition. And I'm all about looking up a word if I don't understand it, even if it sounds cute. And then we're going to look at the definition of facts. And then we're going to prove for the probably 10th time that nothing on this channel has been fear mongering. Everything on this channel has been to drop gems in order to keep us safe and protected and staying ready so we don't have to get ready, and also stacking the odds in our favor. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and get into the definitions. Then I'm going to show you unequivocally exactly what I started talking about on this channel and how mostly everything has been based in fact. And when I say mostly, that means there's just still some things that are outstanding. But when it's all said and done, I'm sure we can add those to the fact column as well. First, let me introduce myself. Hey, everyone. I am Kim, AKA Kim with the Gems. Welcome to the channel. On this channel, we talk all things wellness, travel, and finances from a cultural perspective, a Black woman's point of view. And this video is part of our Stay Ready So We Don't Have to Get Ready 2.0 series for Black America. Let's quickly just go into the definition of fear mongering. Fear mongering. Fear mongering is the act of deliberately spreading exaggerated, frightening, or misleading information to instill fear and manipulate behavior or beliefs. What are the key traits? It has to be intentional. It has to be exaggerated or misleading. It has to be fear driven and manipulative on purpose, right? The purpose is to manipulate. Whereas facts, the definition of fact is a statement that can be objectively verified to be true through evidence, observation, or reliable sources. It reflects reality. What are the key traits? Verifiable, objective, evidence based, and independent of opinion. Now let's get into the receipts, because you know on this channel, we're all about producing receipts. Before we get into that, did I ask you guys to go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button? We are community building. The Gym Nation is currently over 13,000 members strong. And I'm charging us to get to 50,000 before the end of this year, because we're going to need each other. We're going to need to lean on each other to get through all of this. And what is all of this? Well, let's get into it. Back on December 13th, almost 7 months to the date, I did a live called Project 2025 Summary for Black People, the setback. And you can watch it at your own time. You could search for it. As I say, if you're watching this on a replay, if it's a video, watch it at 1.5 playback speed at minimum to get through it quicker because some of our lives were pretty lengthy. So let's get into this live, and I'm going to take you through some of the items that qualify as fact based. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play. The name of this live is Black People Classes in Session. We are literally going to break down or summarize. We're going to summarize. So you know why this is so important, so critical, and why we need to get our house in order, why we need to not waste time thinking we have a whole lot of time, because in every document that I just listed, child, they have listed from day one, no games are going to be played. We already have a co-president who is okay. Before I proceed with the recap or the replay of this video, you can download this document still. It's a free document. The link is in the description. The document has clickable links to certain websites that we should all subscribe to so that we can stay in the loop. I'm not going to call them out. You see them here in blue. Go ahead, download this doc and sign up so you can be kept in the loop. Now and then I also said no games are going to be played. This was back December 13th, a month plus before inauguration. Here we are 7 months later. And like I said at the beginning, facts may change feelings. Feelings will never change facts. Let's get into it. Some days he's the richest man in the world. Listen, they got all the resources they need to make this happen. They have, I don't know who used to watch, like I used to love Morning Joe, Mika and Joe, child, I don't even know who these people are anymore. I know they scared. Somebody got them scared because, child, so I don't even watch, but I catch clips that people send to me and it's insane. So we're going to get into the list. But since Mika and Joe, just this past week, we heard how CBS had to cough up $19 million to this administration, 47 specifically. We've seen the other outlets, news outlets, corporate media fold as well. Again, this was in December of 2024, this video. Let's go through some of the facts that we reviewed and see how they've come to pass. We're going to go through just under 30 of and we're going to go through them quick. I'm not going to stop and talk like I normally do, but we're going to go through 30 of the highlights of this 900-page document. So we talked about in one of our videos, right, ending no-fault divorce, which is insane, especially as it relates to women. A complete ban on abortion without exceptions, banning contraceptives, additional tax breaks for corporations, and the 1% higher taxes for the working class, elimination of unions and worker protection. And as I'm going through this list, we've heard what is going on, or if you haven't, look up what's happening with Planned Parenthood, the defunding, even though I know it's less than 20% of everything that they provide is related to termination of life, but that's not how the right sees it. Also, the tax breaks. Didn't we just have the big Break Black People's Back bill that passed? That includes that. So if you have any question about any of these things, all you have to do is research, and it's not hard. Just in the back of your mind, just think about how many Black people will be affected by this, or for those who don't like that word, African Americans. But that's not the big issue, right? How many of us will be affected by their mandates, right? Their promises. These are promises and mandates. And so elimination of unions and workers, raising the retirement age. It's already been raised, right? I think now you have to be 67 to start collecting. Instead, it used to be 65 to start collecting certain benefits. They want to raise that. But they want to cut Social Security. They want to cut Medicare. They want to end the Affordable Care Act. Okay, we've been talking this past week about the huge, what they want to call dismantling of Medicaid, the Affordable Care Act, which will trickle into Medicare. And our entire healthcare system right now is on the brink of, not to fearmonger, but we're on the brink of collapse over here with the healthcare system, especially in certain parts of the country. Raise prescription drug prices. And when I say want to, these are promises and mandates. They have to get passed and things have to still go through the legislation, right? But they have the legislation and they have the Supreme Court. And so, where's the battle? Where's the struggle, right? There'll be people play acting, right, to appease their constituents in their local, homes where you know what I'm talking about. But like I said, there'll be some play acting going on. Has anyone not seen facts being reviewed so far? Or for those of you who may think this is still fear mongering, I need you to explain how and why. Eliminate the Department of Education. Again, keeping in mind what this means to our children. Use public taxpayer money for private religious schools. Teach Christian religious beliefs in public schools. So if you are Catholic, if you're not Christian, what does that mean for you, right? And we already see somebody holding up a Bible. We don't know what's inside that Bible. We don't know how they're going to change the Bible. Check, check, check. Like all of these things, if not have had executive orders signed, they're all part of the big break Black and brown people's back bill, right? I said I'm not going to. End free and discounted school lunch programs. Again, keep in mind, how will this affect Black people? Check, check. End civil rights and DEI protections in government. Check, 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 check. Like, ban African American and gender studies in all levels of education, from pre-K all the way up through post-grad. Ban books and curriculums about slavery. Ciao. Ending climate protections. Oh my goodness. I literally wish more people would have listened, right? So many people are still not going to listen. But the whole point of this is to plan, right? It's to plan. It's not to fearmonger. If you don't have a clue as to what is going on, then you are easy prey. And I'm just trying to prevent us from being easy prey. So again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead, subscribe, become part of the Gym Nation family. There are so many resources that I have been putting together since November, I want to say 11th or 12th, when we started this Stay Ready movement. I'm going to continue to speak facts so that we can stack the odds in our favor. And the more of us that do this, the more of us that share this information, the better our odds will be. Increasing Arctic drilling. Deregulate big business and the oil industry. Promote and expedite capital punishment. That should have been bold. And I'll talk. The bold ones really, really, really stick out as direct attacks, right? Direct attacks. A lot of these have an underlying attack, but these are direct attacks to Black Americans. Promote and expedite capital punishment. End marriage equality. Condemn single mothers while promoting only traditional families. And if you read inside their other books or their other promises and documents and mandates, they call out that that's 70% of Black families, single mothers. That's 70%. So they intend on condemning 70% of our familial, right? Our family makeup. Now, I really want you guys to pay attention, guys and girls, sisters and bros, to pay attention to the next few and just see if they sound familiar. And again, tell me, is this fear mongering? Since we see exactly what is happening today. Defund the FBI and Homeland Security. Use the military to break up domestic protests. Okay. In the back of your mind, mass deportation of immigrants and incarceration in camps.
and birthright citizenship, which was a protection under the 14th Amendment. And if you think that that's all they're coming after when it comes to these amendments, think again. This is day one, right? This is day one. But also in those documents, the Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act, all of that, all of these amendments and acts are part of their mandate and promise to desecrate to make America great again. So
Let me just say, when I do my accountability coaching groups, one of the key initiatives is to keep our words. So we have to make promises and pledges to each other in order to at least begin the program. And this way, it kind of keeps us accountable to the people that's in the group. And usually, when you make a promise, for those who are ethical and moral, you're going to do whatever you can to keep that promise. And that's what we're seeing played out right now in the great United States of America.
So the 14th Amendment, for those of you that don't know, when it comes to birthright citizenship, it guarantees that every child born within the jurisdiction of the United States is a U.S. citizen, regardless of their parents' immigration or citizenship status. So again, that is pretty much standard across most countries. If you come into the country and you give birth, citizenship just becomes your right. But we know that more brown people have been coming here, and less white people have been coming here and giving birth, and so that tips the scale in making America white again, basically.
So, in addition to the birthright citizenship, we see that they're removing the protective status for Haitians, the temporary protective status, and other countries of color, the citizens who have had protective status here. Um, well, the Haitian immigrants who are here under protective status have seem to have the biggest target because they're trying to deport over 500,000 Haitian immigrants back to Haiti while there's still an uprising.
Basically, banning Muslims from entering the country. Why just Muslims? Why Muslims? Eliminate federal agencies like the FDA, the EPA. We kind of talked about that. NOAA, and more.
Okay. What is going on? What just happened in Texas and New Mexico? What happened um, in North Carolina with these floods that just came out of nowhere? Not much warning, because there's already been some defunding with NOAA, which affects the National Weather Service and the like.
And continue to pack the Supreme Court and lower courts with right-wing judges so that all that they plan to disrupt cannot be undone for decades, hundreds of years.
And so I just really wanted you guys to see this video once again, where, again, I don't take credit for this. This was not on my bingo card in 2024, especially November and December, which is usually jovial, happy times, right? I usually am in Mexico starting in December for at least a couple of months. Well, no, this time I was here following, I guess, the voices of a higher power, of God, of our ancestors, in order to get us to start taking action, start being about that action. And so the purpose of today's video is just really to ask the question, was it fear mongering? Again, I truly think it's a buzzword that people just like using without knowing the definition. Or was it facts? And I'm going to continue to bring you facts. And so if this channel makes you feel like you're being fear mongered, please protect your peace and find someplace else to, enjoy I won't take it personal, nor would the Gym Nation take it personal. So, again, I just really wanted to reiterate that what they have promised to do is coming to pass. And it's not even 180 days yet. And they were able to check so many things off their promise list. And we need to start checking things off of our stay ready so we don't have to get ready list. So there's a document in the description where you can, if you fall into any of these categories where you need to get your documents together, rather it's green cards, passports, birth certificates, social security cards, there's a document called the emergency to go bag document checklist. And you'll have everything from lawyers, if you need immigration attorneys, if you need to contact, what type of documents you need to gather and have in a to go bag, clickable links that take you directly to these resources and tools, including know your rights cards, what you can should say or do if you are detained, and so much more information. And then there's a special section for Haitian immigrants, um, because they are going to be severely impacted as well. And so go ahead, you can access this document, and you can also access the free document that I referenced at the beginning of this video. So you can sign up to see what their promises and mandates are. Okay. And so, other than that, I ask you to go ahead, like this video, check us out. We're going to be coming back more frequently with lives, with updates. There's so many things happening, from many more companies folding. They just announced today T-Mobile is erasing their DEI division completely. Also, yesterday, it was announced that Harvard, I think it was yesterday, Harvard caved and they got rid of their DEI division. And there's others. So we're going to go over where these companies stand now. There's going to be more changes happening. It's not just Target, y'all. And so we just need to be aware. We need to share this information, and we need to be prepared. And so I will see you on the next video. Until then, have a great day, evening, morning, whenever you're watching this video. And don't forget to subscribe to become a member of the Gym Nation. 50,000 by the end of this year, y'all. Let's make it happen.